Welcome guys, it's Andy and Wes here from D6 Evolution.
Hello!
Now, it's time for Chapter Approved.
Here we go!
Yeah, so this is going to be a real exciting video. We're going to be giving you just a overview of the Chapter Approved, and we're going to be talking about the points that you need to know for your factions and the factions you play against.
Yeah, hopefully you like what you've got.
Yeah. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to put up on screen the points of everything as we go along, and we've had a chance to look through a lot of the points in this Chapter Approved, and we're going to compare them to the old points to see what's changed.
And there are lots of changes.
Yeah, and I've just been on night shift, so if I'm rambling away here, just ignore me.
Yeah, it's quite late. We're cold.
So let's go over to the guy who's actually awake, and he can tell you about Chapter Approved.
You say that, it's relative.
Yeah.
So Chapter Approved, you get 2 books, and thank you James Workshop for actually sending this to us so that we could share it with you guys at home. Well, quick overview really. You've got the one book here which has your normal Chapter Approved, and then it comes with this Minotaur Field Manual, which is essentially all the points, and that's pretty much what we will be covering mostly in this video here.
Do you know why this is so useful, Wes?
Why is that?
Well, ever since we tried to actually figure out what points have changed, we realised that the points you have in books are spread out between your original codex, any FAQs, the Chapter Approved 2017, and then a completely different set of changes in 2018. It's horrendous to actually try and compare the points for a faction.
So it was quite the mission to do the comparison on this. Thank you for Battle Scribe. I think really for the ability to flick back and forth relatively quickly. Well, I did a couple of times. Have to go back through a couple of books just to confirm things. So a little bit of health warning. We've covered a lot of data in this to these comparisons. There may be a couple of errors, but we're pretty sure we've got most of them nailed down pretty tight.
Yeah. In fact, when I look at white walls now, I just see lists of points.
I haven't used a spreadsheet in a long time, but I use it quite a bit the past few days.
Yeah.
Should we crack on with it? Really, have a bit of a chat.
Let's dive in. Should we talk about? Let's talk about the general overview of this. So, I'd say generally points have gone down. They've kind of done the same thing they've done last year. They've given a healthy points drop to everything. Whether that's good for the game overall, it remains to be seen. I think most people are going to be playing with 2,100, 2,200 points worth of stuff now.
So I think we spoke about a year ago actually. I think dropping points gives you that feel-good feeling because you're getting more. And I think with this points drop, it's probably got the game to a fairly level balanced field at the moment.
Space Marines.
Apart from the two Space Marines, but they're fairly new, and they're not really covered in this because they're that new.
But apart from Space Marines, everything else is kind of balancing off, which is good.
So I'm hoping that from Chapter Approves on from this, rather than seeing more points drops, because I think you get game bloat after that. Yeah. I think actually points increases for models that need it are overperforming, rather than dropping points for things that are underperforming. So that's kind of why for the next ones really.
And roughly how much of points have gone up or down at the moment?
So things that really were underperforming seem to have gone down about 20%. Things that were underperforming just a little bit have gone down about 10%. And there's just the odd change really for things that have gone up. Really, it's not too many actually.
Yeah. I think the other thing to address, which is Space Marines at the moment, there's been a lot of rumours going around that Space Marines were going to get further points decreases. And guys, that's just not true. Space Marines have not been touched in this at all, and the reason is that their codex came out probably after Chapter Approved was made. So the points changes for Space Marines are exactly the same as they were in their codex. Yeah. So there's been no changes. Well, I tell you what, there's 2 changes. Oh. You know the Forge World command tanks?
Okay.
You know the Rhino Primaris, which can't take any Primaris people in it?
Sure.
Is amazingly named. That's gone down in points, and the Land Raider Excelsior.
Oh, interesting.
That's also gone. It's gone down 100 points. That has.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So apart from that, Space Marines haven't been touched. I've had a good look through the Forge World stuff. Things like we're expecting things like the Leviathan Dreadnought maybe to get a change. Again, that's not been changed at all, and there's no points changes that I can see in Forge World. Now, Forge World is a very big book. I've done my best to look through it, and I can't see anything. No. So I was saying Space Marines have stayed the same. Now, if you're another Space Marine player like Dark Angels, Blood Angels, etc., all of their points have roughly aligned with the Codex Space Marine as well. Yeah. So all your Rhinos cost the same, all your Land Raiders cost the same, drop pods, etc. So that's cool. Yep. Right, so what should we cover first? Dark Angels, obviously.
Dark Angels, do you want to talk about those?
Yeah. Okay, so the Dark Angels. Now, the Dark Angels have got quite a lot of points decreases, actually.
Yeah.
So big things, all of their characters, particularly their name characters, have got massive points decreases. My favourite being Sammy on a Corvex.
Yes, because I love that model. It's one of my favourite models I've got. So to see a 43-point drop, that's great.
Now, he's really cool because he can use Speed of the Raven and he can advance and charge huge distances. So
Yeah.
Sammy's good. And remember, guys, Dark Angels are going to be getting their supplement sooner or later.
Hopefully, we get their Psychic Awakening like the Blood Angels, which Andy will be covering shortly too.
Yeah. So the other ones which I kind of wanted to mention was the Talon Master. Stayed the same.
Yeah.
Stayed the same.
180 points?
188 points.
188 points.
He's way overcosted. But again, he's part of more competitive lists still because of the buffs he gives out. He needs to be about 160 points, though, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's not that great. Black Knights have gone down 4 points.
That's a nice buff. I think I'll just like it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think guys. 2 wounds without an invuln save. Those guys are not lasting long. No. I think they're still 34 points.
34 points, yeah.
Yeah, they're way too expensive still. Terminators have stayed the same. Sorry, guys. The Deathwing Terminators are still.
With a few points drops though, as you can probably see on the screen there as well.
Now, yes. Now, all of the special characters for Ravenwing and Deathwing have got huge drops, haven't they?
Yes. Well, the Ancient, 48-point drop.
Yeah. So they're all really good. And also the Nephilim went down 33 points.
I love that model. It's probably one of my favourite Dark Angel models, actually.
Yeah. And the Land Speed of Vengeance went down 32 points. Wow. That's maybe something to look at. You know, with Weapons of the Dark Age, that little Land Speed of Vengeance could actually be quite good now.
Yeah. And I'm quite excited to see what happens when we get hopefully touched in Psychic Awakening there as well. See what the Dark Angels get for that.
So guys, Blood Angels, and guys, if you haven't seen yet, I've done a Blood Angels review for the new Blood Angels supplement, and it is absolutely amazing. So make sure you check out the link, and I'll put it in the show notes down below.
Is that the Codex is amazing, or your review?
Well, my review, obviously.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the Codex is. But I'm going to show you how to use the Codex to make it amazing. Modest.
I'm enjoying your modesty right now. It's good.
Yeah.
Good. The Codex is good, actually. So anyway, let's talk about the points that you're all wanting to hear about. That's probably up on the screen right now.
Okay, so the main things here, guys, is Thunderhammers went up in cost.
Oh, how do you feel about that?
I mean, the Blood Angel Smash Captains are so powerful that you're going to take them regardless. But 21-point increase is a little bit steep, I think.
Interesting.
And it's almost like they're trying to stop you taking Thunderhammers, but there's no other viable weapon option there. So, you know what I mean? If there was another choice, you could take a Thunderhammer or something else, which kind of did a similar sort of anti-tank role, I'd be a bit more okay with it. But
yeah, it's.
I mean, they're stupidly powerful. The Blood Angel Splash Captains, particularly with the new supplement.
Yeah, as you'll see.
Yeah, 4 damage everywhere. It's fantastic.
The thing now is the Blade Angels and Thunderhammers. I've just got that whack-a-mole game in my head at the moment. Especially when it comes to Centurions as well, because they got 4 wounds. They got damage 4 Thunderhammer, smacking them on the head.
Yeah. Now, the other ones which have gone down in cost is Mephiston. He's got an extra attack and an extra wound since he's gone past the Rubicon Primaris.
And that guy is now gnarly.
Yeah, and he's dropped 15 points for it as well.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so he's wicked. The Librarian Dreadnought did not go up in cost. Again, one of their best units. I was expecting to kind of get nerfed, and it didn't, so that's brilliant. Everything else in their codex, all the other characters you don't see, have kind of got nice little points drops as well. And there's some nice little points drops on the what the golden guy's called. You can tell I've done a quality review of Blood Angels. Sanguinian Guard.
Sanguinian Guard, yeah. Sorry, a complete blank there.
Yeah.
So Andy, Deathwatch, tell me what happened there.
Well, if I'm completely honest, I have no idea what's happened with Deathwatch because there's been a bit of a misprint. But the good news is that our Watch Captain has gone down by 15 points, and he is a staple of any army.
I love the Watch Captain. He's really good.
I was kind of hoping for the Corvus Black Star to go down more than 10 points because you never... I kind of wish that kind of had the Nephilim treatment where it went down like 30 or 40 points.
I think 30-point drop on that would have been about right, I think.
Now, big news if you're a Deathwatch player who plays veterans, Stormbolters went down by 2 points. Considering your entire army takes Stormbolters.
They went down by 2 points.
Yes, they did. And Storm Shields stayed the same points. Now, the actual veterans, the non-Primaris veterans, I have no idea what's going on with them. As you can see up on the screen here, either they managed to keep them the same points, or they wanted to nerf them and they put it in the wrong column, or they wanted you to take 32 Terminators in one squad. I don't know what their whole thought pattern is here. This is clearly going to be done on a day one FAQ.
Yeah, I'm sure the guys will cover that with an FAQ, so...
It's an easy mistake to make, I guess, with so many points putting out there.
Going to keep you on edge for a couple of extra days.
But it's just really annoying. The one unit that I actually play in this entire book, I have no idea what's happened to it. I was like, I've got the book early, I can find out what's happening with my army. No, I can't.
Put them up a few points just for Andy.
Yeah. No, they do not need to. After Space Marines, they do not need to go after points. Frag cannons have gone down in points as well, which is really cool. And a Xenos Blade's gone down by 2 points.
Oh.
They ignore invulnerable saves, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think that's what they do. No one knows what they do because no one's taken one. Yeah. So
now you can take one.
So guys, that's the Death Watch. Hopefully it all kind of stays roughly the same cost.
Yeah.
So I think trying to charge 31 points for a Terminator and a veteran squad's probably a little bit cheap. That's before war gear.
Yeah. So I really expected Stormbolters to go up, and I thought Storm Shield to go up a little bit now as well.
But again, they've got to keep them the same cost as Space Marines.
I see they do. I don't think they need to. But that's another discussion. Yeah.
Death Watch hater here.
Well, it's something worth touching on, actually, because an aggressor in any army is different with the different rules you get onto it now. So I think actually that we're at the point where Space Marines or Ultramarines or Imperial Fists should have different pointed ones, but I think that's probably the next iteration, hopefully.
Yeah, because you can't physically balance a Imperial Fist is the obvious example. How do you balance an Imperial Fist just like a Razorback with a twin assault cannon?
Yeah.
Versus another one, a non-Imperial Fist one, which does half the damage against
Exactly.
vehicles. So, you just can't physically balance that cost. Next, we have the Space Wolves. Now, I don't speak Space Wolf, so there's a lot of characters in here.
You've got 2 Dark Angel players here, so we tend to brush over Space Wolf stuff. I'm sure you...
Yeah, it's all terrible, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure you Space Wolf pros around out there know all this stuff anyway, but we'll cover this.
And guys, as you're going on, please put in the comments what we've missed, because literally we're trying to go over as much as possible because we're trying to source points from like 3 different sources. Literally, it's really, really hard to go along. The Space Wolf, all of their special characters got massive points decreases.
Is it Herald Death Wolf 53-point drop?
Yep. There's some really nice things. And Wolfen got a 5-point drop as well. And Wolfen had been on the verge of being seriously competitive.
Yeah, so I think that 5-point drop, that will really probably just tip them over the edge of being competitive.
Yep.
Yeah. So Andy spent a lot of time here going through all the Imperial Guard, and all he could find was, 3 changes?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a caveat on that. I did kind of look at the guard, but not in massive details. I'm not really a guard player short of the Loyal 32. So I looked at my company commander and my
okay, I see how
and my
it is,
infantry squad, and then beyond there, I didn't really know what the other ones were.
Apologise to you Astra Militarum players. Some things he did point out here is the Astropath has gone up by 11 points.
No, he's gone down by 11 points.
Oh, let's down.
Green means down.
Green means down. Green means down. Okay, down by 11 points, and the Lehman Russ down by 15 points.
Yes, this is the non-tank commander version.
Okay.
Tank commanders, despite all the rumours, which true, it's quite funny. Pretty much everything in that rumour, which went around a couple of weeks ago, has been false.
Yeah.
So tank commanders stayed the same points. Wyverns went up 10 points, which is not surprising given that they've had that filthy stratagem to shoot a whole bunch of times.
So if lots of things are going down, tank commanders kind of got a points increase.
Yeah, I think that's something to take away from this. Actually, if your points stayed the same, it's a stealth nerf.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and there's probably another whole host of changes in there.
I bet there were a lot more there, Andy.
No, I think I covered this thoroughly.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, now just to make myself feel better, I thought we'd do the Knights next, and we're going to blame Simon for this pitiful effort and looking through things, which
You found one change.
Yeah, Gallants have gone up in cost. I'm guessing that's roughly the same cost as the Chaos ones, which came out later in the year.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty fair, really.
Yeah, everyone kind of expected that to happen.
And again, with everything else getting points dropped, this is kind of a bit of a nerf because they're staying the same.
And they're going up in cost.
Yeah.
Okay, so AdMech. I don't know what any of this means.
I really love the aesthetic, the AdMech stuff. It's great. I'd love to get an army of it. When people put it on the table, I'm like, I've got no idea what that stuff is. I know what the Electro Priest dudes are. They're like the...
Yeah.
But that's about it, really.
So AdMech could be one of these armies which have been, actually, since their points drops last year, have actually been quite competitive.
Yeah.
And they can put out an absolutely devastating amount of firepower. And they've just got another round of decent points drops again.
Yeah, so it's 2 or 3 points here and there, which in real terms is 10 to 20% points drops on lots of the models there. So that's actually not to be sniffed at when you add that over a large amount of models there. There are a few points as well that have really gone down on the Tech Priest maniples. It's gone down by 25 points, which is not insignificant.
And the Castellan Fist has gone down by 5 points. Do you think we're finally going to see Assault Castellan robots?
Maybe. They look really cool. I hope so. I hope so. And I think we've almost sounded like we know what we're talking about with Mechanicus there, haven't we?
Custodes! Where's how for my jet bikes got cheaper?
No.
2 years of these guys getting stealth nerfs.
Yeah. I think they got a bit of a bad run initially, didn't they? They were very, very popular to start with. They've not really recovered since then.
No, they're never going to go down in points.
No. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. But on the good news, though, if you like running foot custodes, although the actual base custodes points haven't gone down, the spears and the axes have gone down, so that's actually a boost for you, as well as storm shields actually have gone down by 5 points.
And there are some Forge World Custodes stuff. The dreaded Forge World Caladius, for example, has gone back down 10 points.
Woohoo!
It's still not as good as it used to be, but it's not that bad in a Primaris Space Marine meta.
See, yeah, with the new changes now, rather than it being D3 damage, now it's a flat 2 damage. That is a perfect tank slaying for.
Because I guess it's all light flyers and Primaris dudes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, could kind of be better.
Yeah, I quite like that. So I'm quite happy with this. There's some really nice little tweaks here, and I think for me, who I like running foot custodes, this is this can be a little boon for me.
Did any other Forge World stuff get changed?
Not that I noticed.
Okay, so let's talk about the Tau.
Let's talk about Tau, baby.
So the rumours were that obviously shield drones were going to go up in cost, riptides were going to go up in cost. We'll put the points costs for the riptide and broadside weapons up on the screen now because I had no idea what they originally cost. But essentially, Tau overall have kind of gone down in points, which is really good. They're already a pretty competitive army. Hopefully there's going to be a little bit more variety than just shield drones, and riptides.
Yeah. So the Storm Surge went down by 40 points, which is not insignificant. The thing to note is actually the shield drones didn't go down, so if everything else is going down, that's an effective nerf on those.
But people thought they were going to go up quite a lot.
Yeah.
So actually I think, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think so.
Tau, if you're a Tau player, be happy. If you're anyone else, be sad. No one really likes Tau, do they?
I do. I've always wanted to play Tau. I actually have a Tau army that I've played about twice. I should get them
Twice.
out again. I've given them twice. Not in 8th edition though.
Good. And there's a cool How to Beat Tau. In fact, there's 2 How to Beat Tau videos. Someone commented the other day, it's like, Andy, you must really not like Tau.
Oh, it's just because Simon's got them and you want to beat him.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, Harlequins! Yes, we got quite a bit of points drop on here. I think pretty much most of the units got points drops with no weapons, a couple of weapons changes as well.
Do those Haywire bikes even get points drops?
They did. So the actual points for the bikes themselves went down by 5 points. The weapons themselves stayed the same, but the points went down by 5 points. So I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
The Shadow Seer went down by 15 points. Probably one of the best units in the Codex, actually, and it's gone down by 15 points. Troop Master's gone down by 10. The vehicles, so you got the Star Weaver's gone down by 19, and the Void Weaver by 13 points.
So just give you an idea, Wes said that his current competitive list, he's got an extra, 250 points, did you say?
Yeah, about 250 points now for a 2,000 point army.
Yeah, just given extra. So that is not insignificant.
It's a 20% boost pretty much, isn't it? So can't really complain about that. It's now, with Harlequins, I'm playing the army I want to play for that point size, which is great.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that.
Okay, so let's talk about Eldar, let's talk about the nerfs.
Yeah, so Crimson Hunters got a bit of a points increase.
Just a little bit. So 15 points is not bad on the Exiles, is it?
No, I think that's
everyone kind of knew that was coming, and I guess over time their all the stacking minuses are probably going to change this year at some point as well, isn't it? But they're still really good units, aren't they?
Yeah. So I think the disconnect really for the Crimson Hunter itself is that it's significantly better in ITC than it is in the Games Workshop missions, because they can score secondaries a lot more.
Well, because you can kill stuff.
You kill stuff and you can be in the table quarters. Well, in the Games Workshop missions, they can't. So, and I think they generally make them for the Games Workshop missions themselves. So, so I think 15 points is probably reasonable.
Yeah. Bearing
in mind that actually everything else is going down, so it's effectively more of an increase than the 15 points lets on.
Yeah. And Eldred's gone up in points as well, and he's a really good character actually.
Yeah.
And he was the core of quite a lot of lists. So I think anything which appears too often, it's not necessarily that it's too good; it's that it's appearing too often.
Yeah.
Dear God, what are they going to do with Space Marines?
Points note: if you are running your Crimson Hunters with Bright Lances, Bright Lances gone down by 5 points, so that is a degree of offset there for the points cost of the Crimson Hunters. So there's a few other things that went down in points as well. The Fire Prisms went down by 15 points.
What?
Yeah, and they were pretty good anyway. So
they were ridiculously good.
So 15 point drop, and that's pretty good. Wraith Knights went down by 30 points. That's about 10% drop on that. And I think some of their weapon combinations dropped as well. So actually, that makes a reasonable drop for the old Wraith Knight there.
Shining Spears went down 4 points.
They did.
I think they've been changed in pretty much every single chapter approved, haven't they?
Yeah, so I think it's very tricky initially, because you had the Yunari Codex,
yep,
which made them just god tier.
Yep, and then you had the Yunari... No, they had the Index, then they had the Codex, and the Codex made them terrible.
Yeah.
And then they've had the Supplement, which has been written after this, which actually made them really, really good again, because now you can get them down to a 2-up inbund.
Yeah.
So I expect in the next chapter approved they'll go back up again. It must be such an emotional ride if you've got an army of Shining Spears.
Yeah,
it's like every chapter approved. What's going to happen?
Up and down on eBay, but
yeah,
I think they've stayed consistent. A pretty good unit, even when they got their more nerf.
Yeah,
I think they've still been a solid unit for the Codex anyway.
Yeah. So this right now is a good chance to sell your Shining Spears, and when they get nerfed again, buy low.
Are you going to get stocks and shares in?
Yeah,
absolutely. A few other things as well to note is quite a lot of the Aspect Warriors have gone down by about 2 points. The Banshees, the Scorpions, and the Dragons have all gone down. Dark Reapers by 3 points. Warlocks went down by 10 points. Over most of it, I think there's one of the Conclaves that went down by 12 points. So it's a fairly good chunk there as well, actually, because you weren't seeing them too much in larger units, which is a bit of a shame because they're really nice models. And Azraman, 25 points. That's quite a drop on him, and I think it's needed, to be honest.
Yeah, and obviously as we're going along, you kind of got to. I know we're talking about numbers here, but you really got to think about it in percentages, because actually the cheaper a unit is, the more significant 1 or 2 points off it is.
Absolutely.
Talk Drukhari next. There's a lot to get through here, isn't there? No one wants to know about Drukhari.
Oh, mate. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So Razor Wings have gone up by 10 points, and Ravagers by 15.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
So I was expecting the Disintegrators to go up in points, and not expecting the vehicle itself to go up. But I think that's pretty reasonable. I think 10 point increase.
Yeah, I think a Disintegrator would have been the better way to change it, actually.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, the Disintegrators didn't go down in points, so again, effectively, a slight nerve.
Yeah. So we're going to put the points up on the screens here, but as far as I'm aware, guys, and I've checked this through, Talos did not go up in points.
No.
Stayed exactly the same, and they are super competitive. Now, the other thing which is super competitive is a Grotesque, which went down 3 points a model. Mm-hmm. Controversial.
And Mandrakes went down by a point, and I love Mandrakes. I think they're a really effective unit. So I'm happy they've gone down by a point. Helion's down by 2 points. I still struggle with these guys. I really love the models.
Are they the ones which look like the Green Goblin?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just a little bit too fragile. And I'm not sure if this has made them effective enough here.
No.
Reaver's down by 3 points, which I think was needed. I think that's about right.
Yeah.
And Drazar, who I love, and I ran him at 120 points, is now been dropped by 20 points, so he is a flat 100.
So are you happy with the overall Drukhari changes? What's your thoughts?
Do you know what? I think it's pretty reasonable, actually. I think the Drukhari army got away fairly well there. I think they've been a very well balanced army throughout 8th edition anyway.
They've had a lot of strong choices, and I think particularly people were expecting homunculus covens to get a respectable nerf.
Yeah. Again, though, back to my original point, they didn't get any reductions. It's an effective.
Grotesque got reductions.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I can do that.
Clearly, someone in the design studio has not played against a whole army of Grotesques.
Stocks and shares. There you go.
Yeah. It's not a good time to buy them. Don't buy at the moment. This is we should make a whole episode about stocks and shares.
Stocks and shares, yeah. We can have a little bar at the bottom there, can you, with prices going up and down.
Okay, so let's talk about Chaos next. Lewis has sent over the points for these, so if anything's not right, blame Lewis, don't blame us. So I think beating Seer Cultist went back down a point.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Again, they got put up a point last time, so they're back down again. I think they're just teasing us at this point.
Yeah.
Noise Marines went down 2 points. Now, I know Lewis is going to be super excited about this, because if you watched our recent Chaos review, he's all about the Noise Marine combos. And,
absolutely, with Emperor's Children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're absolutely crazy. The amount of firepower those guys can put out, and now they've gone down 2 points. But again, I think this just goes for the little disconnect between them writing chapter approved in the summer and then writing a powerful codex which buffs Noise Marines to a crazy level and then dropping their points.
Yeah. So I really love this book. I think I'm probably not alone by wanting it to be a PDF that's issued, so it can just be a little bit more up to date.
Yeah, it needs to be written, a month beforehand.
Yeah, we'll just fine tweaks at the end though.
Yeah, because the rest of chapter approve's fine, but the points changes you want to be up to date and current, and actually kind of make every year start off the year with a level playing field. And yeah, things get little bits of a buff here and there, but you kind of just want it to start on at least everyone being equal.
Yeah.
Okay, so other things to talk about here is Lewis just keeps talking about the Lord of Skulls.
How many of these does he have? In fact, we should go back to actually Noise Marines. If you're getting and watching this video early, buy and then sell later tonight. That's our stocks and shares for that one.
Obviously, the downside of buying stocks and shares like we're talking about is you're going to end up with an absolutely terrible army. You're just going to buy stuff which is cheap.
Yeah, that's a fair one, yeah.
Obliterators went down points.
Terminators by 5 points as well.
Yes, Obliterators are going to be seriously competitive for, I think it's Iron Warriors? Iron Warriors, Obliterators, and Mark of Slash them to shoot twice.
Yeah.
That's seriously strong.
By early.
Yeah. And Helldrakes are creeping back into a lot of competitive lists already. 27 points per increase on those. I think a lot of people are going to be happy with that.
What about the Lord Discordant? What did he get?
He remained unchanged.
Oh.
And maybe that's because that model came out too late in the year.
Yeah, I guess timeline-wise, that came out, March, April time?
Yeah. I mean, they must have been making chapter approved by January, February?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, in fact, they're probably writing the next chapter approved at the moment. We should be talking about that.
Yeah.
They're probably making notes at this moment.
Yeah, I'm sure they listen to you all the time, Andy. I hope they don't.
That's why I think my Death Watch getting nerfed all the time.
Yeah. Nerf his armies, please. So, okay. Andy, tell me about Assassins.
They all went up 10 points. Ridiculous.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
I'm not a reasonable person, Wes.
No, you're not. I know you're not.
I didn't just run 6 assassins at my last tournament.
You don't have 12 of them.
Something like that, yeah. But so they're now 95 points each, which is probably reasonable for the Eversaw and the Vindicare, but it's probably not reasonable for maybe the lowly Colexus. I know there's still good models. I think, shush with all your balance. No one wants balance. They just want to use their cool stuff and spam it as much as they can.
Yeah, I know you do. You do. That's you. But no, I think 95 points is reasonable. It could have been a lot worse.
Yes, it could have been. Right, so let's talk about the armies we know nothing about now. So we're really just going to put up the points on the screens, and you guys can tell us what went up and down, because I have no idea. So first off is the Necrons.
I don't really know too much about Necrons. I played them for the first time last weekend.
How did that work out for you?
I actually won. Yeah. More by luck than judgment.
Yeah, I think with Necrons, they're probably going to get a few more points drops here looking at things, and they're already on the verge of being quite good, particularly with the Space Marine meta, and actually throwing out so many mortal wounds and high strength shots.
Yeah.
They're going to be good. I know at this moment we're just like sort of fluff filling so that we can move on to the next section.
Yeah, you're just taking that slide right there.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at next.
Tyranids.
Tyranids. Again, enjoy the slide.
This is some high quality tactical analysis from D6 Evolution here.
Absolutely.
And then we have the Gene Stealer Cult.
Ooh, what happened here?
I don't know. There's only so much you can go through when you get these books.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do a Gene Stealer Cult army. I quite like it. I've got a few bits ready to go.
Well, maybe you should have read about these so we had something to say in this segment.
I only have so much time during the day, Andy. I only have so much time.
Well, you're literally going to build the army.
I had to get up at 6 o'clock this morning to do some of this prep.
It really shows. Yeah. Orcs are next. Now, I did actually read a little bit on the Orcs. Some of the main things didn't change, like Gretchens didn't change in cost, Boys didn't change in cost, Looters didn't change in cost. So there's some of the more seriously competitive stuff. I think some of the Dragsters went down in cost.
Okay, I think that's pretty right.
Now, that's probably only about 5% of the changes there that I've managed to spot.
Yep, well, it's more than we spotted on the Imperial Knights, so that's fine.
Yeah.
All extra Meritellum.
What other ones do we miss out? Grey Knights.
Grey Knights.
Does anyone play Grey Knights, or should we skip this?
I think a few people do. I'm a betting man that on this here right now is a few reductions in Grey Knights because I think they need a little bit of love.
And let's talk about the ones which didn't get changed. As far as I'm aware, Chaos Knights didn't get changed at all.
Nope, they quite need on.
Yeah, and Demons. Lewis was meant to do the points for Demons for us, wasn't he?
Yeah. But there are some new data sheets in the back of the book for Demons.
So we're just going to put the rest of the points up here. Maybe play it to some lovely music, Wes. Spare us for our misery.
Yeah, and save you from our voices.
Yeah. Right, guys, I hope you liked our quick review of Chapter Approved. I'm really happy with the changes here. Hopefully they clear up what on earth's happening with my Death Watch.
You just want them to keep you on tenterhooks for a long time.
Yeah, they're just going to tease me, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, we'll see you in the next video, and hopefully comment below, let us know about what's good, what points have changed for the better, and what things have got seriously nerfed that we have missed. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
See you soon.
Yeah.